when we have two unknown values, for example y equals to 2x plus 1 or y equals to x squared minus 4, both are equations, but this is a bit different. This particular equation has two unknown values, so we call this a Cartesian equation. Cartesian equation. And there's a difference between these two. The only difference is that here we have a 0 over here and here we have another unknown value. Cartesian equation is made up of two unknown variables, numbers, of arithmetic operations and equal to sign. So that's the major difference. So what do we do to a Cartesian equation? Well, we think of two number lines. One number line is a horizontal number line, we call it the x-axis, and number line is a bunch of numbers on a line, and we have a vertical number line, we call it y, and the two number lines meet at a point called the origin, and this forms some sort of a rectangular plane, and every position over here has two addresses like a rectangle. It means how far do you go starting from the origin towards left or right or upwards and downwards. So if I say that this point has a x value and a y value, it means starting from the origin you go to the left and you go upwards. For example, if I want to put the value of 1 3, so you start from the origin and you go 1 and then you go up 3. So this, suppose this point is 1 3, and that's it. Now you get a picture from these points by joining points. So suppose if I put here x equals to 0, we get a value of y as 1. So we get a point 0 1. And if I put x equals to 2, we get 5, y equals to 5. So we can think of this as 0 1. So if x is 0, this is x and this is y. So if this is 0, y is 1. So the point over here is here, 0 1. And when x is 2, if I put here 2, then y is 5, somewhere around here, 2 5. And we can join the two as much as we want, and that's it. That's the picture. That's what the line looks like. So every particular Cartesian equation has a particular picture. Now instead of plotting all the way, we can just memorize it. Just remember this: when we think of a Cartesian equation, it's like a machine. This machine gives us points, and using the points we can get pictures. So it's a Cartesian equation gives us points, lots and lots of points. And a point is made up of two values, one value of x and one value of y. We write it with open bracket and close bracket. It's like an ordered pair. And with this bunch of points, we get pictures by joining the points together. We don't have to think about joining them. Just we can memorize it like a vocabulary. We get pictures. There are two types of pictures: lines, which are only produced by linear Cartesian equations in the form of x to the power 1, or curves. Only these are lines, y equals to ax plus b, but everything else, they are curves. The difference between line and curve are the turning points. Curves turns at a point. We call it the turning point. Lines don't turn at all. Lines are fixed. They move in a particular direction. We can say they have a fixed gradient, a special property. Curves turns means they don't have any fixed properties. So it's worth remembering what are the most common pictures, how we do it. So let's take a look.